Penn State 34, West Virginia 12. Did anyone see this coming? The model kind of sniffed this one out. The model was watching the point spread lower on this thing. There was a lot of West Virginia money that came in. And we saw this game play out. I give it 2 Chalai out of 5. We had a long weather delay. That's always going to temper the Chalai rating there. Have not had a 5 Chalai game. There was no 5 Chalai game in week 1. This was a terrible matchup for West Virginia. That's what the model kept seeing. Model thought Penn State wins by double digits. They started favored by double digits. Inexplicably, that number dropped. But there was not a second's worth of this game that I was ever nervous for Penn State, which is not the chorus I always sing about that team, candidly. West Virginia may run the ball the rest of the games they played this season. There was no world where they were going to run the ball effectively on Penn State yesterday. But triple paper pop. Guess what? Everybody quiet down. Guess what? Penn State, 8 plays of 40-plus yards all of last year. The entire season, they had 8 plays of 40-plus yards. They had 4 of them yesterday. What did we do? We went and hired Andy Kotelnicki from Kansas. Why did we do it? Because we want to stretch the field vertically. Why? Because we think we've got the quarterback to do it. Even though the rest of America's crapping on him, we still think Drew Aller can push the ball down the field if he's put in the proper position to do it and has good wide receiver talent to throw it to. Drew Aller was the best-looking quarterback in the Big Ten yesterday. I said what I said. I said what I said. I sent some very irresponsible text messages to people at Penn State today because I got a little excited watching the replay. Those text messages will remain private because I could look very foolish on it. But if it ends up panning out, I screenshot them, which is the past tense of screenshot. 5 of 7 was Drew Aller for 158 yards on passes 15 or more yards downfield. Colin, I don't think we have rewind capability, but man, the throw he just made and how easy that ball just came off his fingers. It's there, people. It's there. Is this it again, Colin? Boom. They make those kinds of throws on Sundays. Don't see him a whole lot on Saturdays. I know. He couldn't stretch the ball 5 yards down the field last year against Michigan and Ohio State. So I'm not supposed to talk about the next level with Drew Aller, but what did we tell you all spring? There are NFL scouting types out there that would shoot down any notion of some of your Heisman favorites right now having a long career ahead of them at the next level. But conversely, Drew Aller, not anywhere remotely in the Heisman conversation last year, and they're still all in on him. They cautioned us in the spring, don't be giving up on the Aller kid from Penn State. We still think he's really good. He was just saddled with a really bad OC last year. And he didn't have a wide receiver 1. Does he have one now? Trey Wallace yesterday had 5 catches, over 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was all in the first half. And I think probably one of the most vivid and effective metaphors that we will hear all college football season was given yesterday by Penn State offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki because they were asking him about his complex offense. And he had to break it down for them using Dairy Queen terminology. Roll it, Colin.
So if you could equate offensive football to your favorite blizzard and understanding that what it's going to look like is going to be looking like a messy piece of deliciousness, but fundamentally is composed of really just vanilla ice cream and your favorite candies, right? That's when we talk about simplicity versus complexion.
I've never met Andy Kotelnicki. I will guarantee you that's a low ego guy. Because some of these guys, they get high on you talking about how complex their system is. Even if they actually know it's just vanilla ice cream with M&Ms sprinkled in there, it looks a lot more complicated than it is. When someone like me goes on there and talks about the complexities of their system, it's like, oh, this is great. Pass me some more. Well, I'm not etching anything into Big Ten stone yet. I'm not doing that. What I'm telling you is, for one Saturday at least, when Oregon was in play, when Ohio State was in play, and when Michigan was in play, Penn State had the best-looking quarterback in the room for one Saturday. Maybe that's it, and maybe that's all. But for one Saturday, I finally, did everyone hear that? For one Saturday, I finally got to text producer Jesse in all caps about Penn State's offense, and it brought me great joy.